This is the Figma action figure series Ghost in the Shell Motoko Kusanagi, the SAC 2045 version from the series on Netflix, Ghost in the Shell SAC 2045. That series takes place after I believe, the Sustainable War, and it features the post-humans. There's already 2 seasons out. I'm just about to wrap up watching that show, and Ghost in the Shell is still my all-time favorite anime. I love it even more than Akira. And I figured, I don't have a legit Ghost in the Shell figure of Major Kusanagi. So, out on a whim this month for Christmas, I told myself maybe I can get myself a present if my wife permitted it. But I wanted this one as something for Christmas. And nobody was selling it. It was sold out everywhere until I went to the Christmas toy convention at SM Mega Mall out here in Manila, and a store called X Play. They had a booth out there. Big thanks to the owner of the store, Edmund. X Play. They really came through. It was at $75, and that was the best price he could do because he was selling it for $80, and he said, can you have it for $75? And just excited to actually have a legit Major Kusanagi figure. Here's a look at the packaging. Let's get her out of packaging. And here is the Major Motoko Kusanagi in all her glory. Man, this figure is absolutely amazing. I just went bonkers when I opened this figure because I've never seen such an amazing figure. The whole engineering of this figure, I believe, I've seen SH Figuarts. I think this is a big improvement on SH Figuarts figures. And at the same time, it kind of combines some of the articulation of amazing Yamaguchi. It's a really well-crafted, well-designed figure. I can't speak for Mafex yet because, I haven't tried Mafex yet. I do have a Mafex Psylocke coming in, so that'll be my first Mafex figure. I'll do a comparison either way. But we've seen Hasbro figures, we've seen Mattel figures, we've seen SH Figuarts figures, and I think this one's the best one out of the lot. I love the engineering, I love the design, I love the sculpt, I love all the details of this figure. Easily one of my top 10 figures in my collection. Let's take a closer look at the details of the Major. Head to toe, the figure stands at about 13.5 centimeters tall, or about 5 3/8 inches tall. Now here is everything that came with the set. There is a flight stand with the peg at the end, and there's an extra accessory where you can attach to that flight stand if you want an angled peg. She comes with 2 extra faces. She comes with an extra body. This one is without the jacket. It also comes with her biceps, her top part of her arms. She also comes with 2 weapons, the pistol and I guess this is a rifle, blaster rifle. She comes with several pairs of hands. The default hands on her are the clenched fist or the fist hands. She's got some splayed out hands. She's got these gripping hands that I believe are for 3mm peg weapons. They're not really, they can't really grip anything that came with this set except for a 3mm peg. So I guess that's to interact with other weapons, I suppose, from other figures. She does come with pistol gripping hands, which I've already taken the liberty of attaching to the rifle and to the blaster, to the sidearm pistol. Now, each of the gripping fists are unique and can only hold one weapon. The one with the loose trigger finger is for the pistol, and the one with the tighter clenched trigger finger is for the blaster rifle. She also comes with 2 hands, open hands, that are really to hold the base support the weapon. The one with the pinky out is for the rifle, And the one with the index finger out is really to hold, have her hold the pistol like this, or have it hold like this. So again, very unique purposes for each of these hands. And then she also comes with an extra wrist joint, just in case you break it. That was very thoughtful of Figma. So all in all, you can do a ton of play action, posability, just a lot of different poses, variety of stances, and a variety of play with this figure. Now, looking at the sculpt itself, what an amazing sculpt. You can see some of the parts of the legs and parts of the arms. They have some parts that have been etched out, and that's really to increase the motion of the articulation of the legs, or the knees, or the elbows, and all the joints. It's a really interesting trick that they've had, that they have with the sculpt, so that they don't have to do some double jointed joints. A single joint will allow a great range of motion because of that cut in behind that limb. Okay, here's a look at the head sculpt. Wow, it's so accurate to the show. I love the purple hair. She's wearing a metallic purple jacket, which we've seen on the show, and she has her trademark outfit. It's like a swimsuit underneath a low-cut low-rise jeans, some boots, and her gloves. The neck is, let me show it off, because this is how we're going to replace the face. You can remove the front part of the hair, and there we go, that's the face. You can replace it with a side-looking face. She's looking off to her right side, and then obviously you can replace it with the angry or screaming face, and then you just pop in the hair back on. And then let me just show off the joint on the neck. It's a pretty complex joint. There's a ball joint right here. There's a hinge to allow you to move her up and down, and then there's another hinge at the base. So interesting. The upper torso, or the chest area right here, is, let me just remove it. There is a ball joint right here, and there's a peg that'll allow you to swivel that upper torso, that breast area. Okay. The shoulders are pretty much like amazing Yamaguchi hinges. I've seen figure arts, SHF figure arts do something like this, but they haven't really perfected it. I mean, I've tried the Darth Vader. I mean, I wasn't happy with it. This one is actually a pretty good use of this double ball joint. So there's a ball joint there, and then there's a hinge right here, another that allows you, and a peg that allows you to move the arms forward and backward, in and out. Okay, and then the elbows, there's a bicep swivel. Elbows can move this way and that way, allow you to bend it more than 90 degrees. The wrists, basic articulation, which allows you to hinge the wrists and swivel. And what's nice about it is you can swivel the fist or the hand to give it an in and out motion, and at the same time it can allow you to do a, let me see if I can do this, an up and down motion. So very nice. And then the lower part of her torso, there is another ball joint right here on her pelvis. So that's pretty cool. You can have her rock her hips this way and that way. Really nice. The hips are on ball joints. Forward, backward. Do the splits. Well, not quite. And then she's got a thigh. Is it a thigh swivel? Kind of. Yeah, it is a thigh swivel. I guess you can, if you wanted to, swivel her thigh. And then the knees, as I've shown earlier, there is allow you to rotate this way, that way, allow you to bend more than 90 degrees. And then the ankles, they go up and down, and they've got the rocker tilt, and then toe articulation. The figure is so well balanced that you can have her posed in a lot of poses without assistance of the flight stand. Obviously, it's a lot better if you use the flight stand, but I do love posing the figures without using the stand. And this one, just poses incredibly well. She stands on her toes without tipping over. I mean, what a well-balanced, well-engineered figure. Some final thoughts on this Figma Motoko Kusanagi from the Ghost in the Shell SAC 2045. Man, I absolutely love this figure. This figure is going to get my legendary 11 out of 10. I am so invested in Figma right now. I'm actually interested in getting another Figma figure. I just don't know what yet. Let me know in the comment section if you guys have any suggestion on which Figma figure I should purchase next. I mean, of course, you know, for a good price and on a good budget. But man, I'm just so amazed at the kind of figures this brand, this company produces, and I can't believe I haven't gotten into this sooner. I love this figure. Details are amazing. Articulation is amazing. I mean, but just like with most Japanese import figures, you have to be very careful because some of the joints can easily break if you just go crazy on posing like what I did. In fact, one of the shoulders of the torso with a jacket, I kind of actually semi-broke it. It's already almost ripped off now because I've been posing that arm. So I bust out my super glue and try to glue it back together, or better yet, I'll probably hunt down another Motoko Kusanagi and repurchase this figure. But this figure is just so amazing. It's a lot of fun to pose. It's so well balanced. Great accessories, great details. If you're a big fan of Ghost in the Shell and you love the 1/12 scale, you have the means to get this brand Figma, by all means, man, this figure comes highly recommended. Definitely one to pick up. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think of this Figma Ghost in the Shell SAC 2045 Motoko Kusanagi, the Major. Hit that notification bell so you never miss out on any of my latest video reviews. And if it's your first time here, please subscribe. Thanks for watching. Thank you so much for staying to the very end of the video. So I ended up picking up another Motoko Kusanagi Figma figure from the same shop, X-Play Collectibles, because the first one got into an accident, and this is what I'm talking about. It's the torso with the jacket, and as you can see right here, the joint just almost sheared off. I mean, it just broke off. So I tried super gluing it. There's no way of fixing it. And even if it just kind of broke off, it's still on. I mean, that's how good the plastic of Figma figures are. And there's really no way to pose this anymore. And I didn't feel like having a Kusanagi figure without her signature jacket. So yeah, it's expensive, but I figured it was well worth it, so I was able to get one. Okay, I did check the figure. The joint works, but it's super tight to swivel it. I think it's a manufacturing issue or an assembly issue. That's why it broke, because it's super tight, that hinge. I mean, it will move out. The hinge that allows you to move the arm out is fine, but just to swivel it forward and backward, it's super tight even on this figure. And incidentally, this figure, the new one that came with, that I got, has a defective toe articulation for the right foot. I mean, come on, man. Come on. I just can't win, right? Even if it's a non-Hasbro product, I still get the quality defect. I mean, it was sealed. There was really nothing the supplier could have done. He gave it to me as a sealed item. Sheer bad luck with action figures, I suppose. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video review of the Figma Ghost in the Shell Motoko Kusanagi, the Major.